If you're pretty and you still feel invisible, this message is for you, because pretty privilege is not being pretty. Pretty privilege is being perceived well. And those are two completely different things. I know women who are objectively gorgeous and somehow make people uncomfortable the second they walk into a room. And I know women who are attractive, sure, but not in a stop traffic kind of way. And doors swing open for them everywhere they go. Why? Because pretty privilege is amplified by energy, not features. The first thing you need to understand is that people respond to certainty, not perfection. Certainty. One of the biggest mistakes beautiful women make is acting apologetic for existing, shrinking their voice, over-explaining, asking for permission to take up space. Pretty privilege grows when your appearance and your self-perception match. If you look stunning but move through the world like you're waiting for someone to approve of you, people feel that disconnect immediately. And this is where things get interesting. The women who get the most out of pretty privilege are rarely the women obsessing over whether they're pretty enough. They're too busy assuming they belong. They order confidently. They make eye contact. They smile because they want to, not because they're trying to convince everyone they're nice. There's something deeply attractive about a woman who has stopped negotiating her worth. Another thing nobody talks about, warmth multiplies beauty. I know the internet loves the cold, mysterious, emotionally unavailable woman aesthetic, but in real life, warmth is magnetic, not people-pleasing, not performing, warmth. The ability to make another person feel seen, the ability to listen, the ability to laugh easily. Humans are emotional creatures. We remember how people made us feel long after we've forgotten what they looked like. You want to maximize your pretty privilege? Become unforgettable emotionally. Because here's the secret. Beauty gets attention. Emotional impact gets opportunities. And while we're here, let's retire the idea that pretty privilege is just about men. Honestly, some of the biggest benefits come from women. Female friendships, mentorships, referrals, invitations, support. The women who receive the most goodwill from other women are usually the ones who aren't treating every interaction like a competition. Jealous energy is loud. Secure energy is even louder. The next thing is taking care of yourself in ways that aren't visible. Everybody focuses on hair, makeup, clothes. Fine. Do those things if they make you happy, but the women who seem to glow have usually invested somewhere deeper. They sleep, they manage stress, they have standards, they protect their peace, their nervous system isn't constantly on fire. You can literally see the difference. A woman who feels safe with herself carries herself differently than a woman who is constantly trying to prove herself. And can I tell you something slightly controversial? Stop trying to be universally attractive. The moment you try to appeal to everyone, you dilute what makes you captivating. Some women become prettier the second they stop editing themselves into a generic version of attractiveness. They develop a signature, a point of view, a recognizable energy. People remember specifics. Nobody remembers pretty. They remember the woman with the infectious laugh, the woman who always seemed calm, the woman who spoke like she expected good things to happen to her, the woman who walked into a room and looked genuinely delighted to be herself. That is the highest form of pretty privilege. Not getting free drinks, not getting compliments, not having strangers tell you you're beautiful. It's having your presence create positive assumptions before you've even opened your mouth. Because at its core, pretty privilege isn't really about beauty. It's about making people feel what you already know about yourself. And if you walk through life believing you're valuable, worthy, intelligent, kind, interesting, and deserving of wonderful things, people start responding to that version of you, not because you've tricked them, because confidence is contagious. So if you want to maximize your pretty privilege, spend less time asking, how can I be prettier? And more time asking, how can I become so comfortable with myself that my confidence becomes impossible to ignore? That question will take you much further than any beauty trend ever could. Love you no matter what.